Have you ever found yourself in one of those situations where everything is just so absurd that you wish you had your phone out to record it? Well, that happened to me today, and I got lucky because I was on Zwift, so I was able to quickly record my screen. Here's the story of how I found myself riding a big wheel at 45 miles per hour down a mountain alongside Zwift esports professional Kristen Kulchinsky. So today's workout called for a 100-mile ride, but the weather at 9 a.m. was only 31 degrees. So I figured I'd do the first 2 hours on the trainer and then the remaining 60-ish miles outside, at which point it would hopefully be north of 45 degrees. Still not ideal, but a simple enough plan. I logged into Zwift and saw that the Tour of Watopia was happening, and I haven't done any of the stages up to this point, but it sounded like a fun enough way to pass the time. So I hopped into the mid-length Stage 3 ride, and this is where I got lucky because it just so happened that Kristen Kulchinsky was hosting this ride. Kristen is the #1 ranked female in the world on Zwift Power, finished 9th in the UCI Esports World Championship, holds the current women's all-time record up Zwift's Mount Ventoux, and the list goes on. You get the idea, she is an amazing rider. She was riding this Tour of Watopia stage at a good pace, so I decided it would be fun to hang out nearby and take some turns pulling her along. Now, some of the things she was saying to the group appeared to be scripted messages that Zwift or her sponsors told her to work in, but honestly, you have to respect how often she was engaging personally with the other riders too. I mean, even if she was getting paid to do this event, it's still a really cool experience when somebody famous speaks to you directly, so kudos to her. Also, big kudos to the rest of the Zwift community too, because over this 1 hour ride, there was only one negative comment. Everything else was super positive and respectful. As long as you weren't born yesterday, you probably already know that getting a large group of people together online always has the threat of getting a bit toxic, especially when there's competition and egos involved. But this event was top-notch, and it helps when things are kept lighthearted and silly, which segues nicely into the completely unexpected and absolutely ridiculous big wheel descent. I had no idea this was coming, but apparently during this event, when you reach the top of the climb, your bike automatically turns into a big wheel for the entire descent. I was literally laughing out loud in disbelief. The riders nonchalant bobbing as they pedal, and the stupid little rear wheels wobbling as though they're about to fall off. It was too good. And this entire circus act playing out alongside a well-respected and professional cyclist, I couldn't have written a better scene. Now we just need Hambini to do a technical breakdown on the aerodynamics of these things. Maybe we'll see them in the World Tour time trials sometime soon. And that's a good spot to wrap up this video. Big shout out to Kristen Kulchinsky of Team 2024 for hanging out with us, and also a well-deserved shout out to Zwift for putting a childish smile on my face when I least expected it.